Hey guys, we're here live in Frisco, Texas at the TSD conference. I'm here with John Daniels, VP of Marketing, and we are on the Transfinder famous ride along. John's going to give us a tour of their fabulous products that are on this school bus from Garland ISD. Had a great talk earlier today with Tim Logan, the Director of Transportation, about everything happening at Garland and how Transfinder is supporting them. And here's one of their buses at our conference for our attendees to experience. John, we're so glad you made it to the conference.
Thanks, Tony. We're very glad to be here, and we're especially happy that Garland was able to help us out with this amazing bus that's fully loaded up front with WayFinder hardware, card reader, and the mount. They don't have their tablet in. We've got our tablet in today, and we've connected it up to a TV to be able to show real-time driver experience of what WayFinder provides.
Wait, this isn't the new tablet for Transfinder? It's the supersized version.
It's a little large. It's a new definition of Netflix and chill, I guess, for students on a bus.
Wonderful. Well, we're looking forward to seeing what you have in terms of the technology stack. So why don't you walk us through what we're looking at here for people that are going to experience the ride along today?
Yeah, we've just put a sample screen up here right now, but on the ride along, folks are going to actually see the bus moving on the screen for the driver navigation. And then we've got some stops set up along the way where when the bus approaches the stop, the student ridership information will come up, the student picture, if they're loaded in the system, IEP information will show up. So on pickup, the driver can see if there's an issue on the bus, they can pull up that IEP information. Maybe they have special needs, maybe they have bee sting allergy or something like that. That's all available for the driver. The driver can tap to accept the student on the bus, or the student can use their card and just scan onto the bus.
Now, I know Tim during the interview talked a lot about ViewFinder, so giving all the schools visibility on where the buses are, so they're not getting all those calls at transportation. So you're going to demonstrate this, but it can be also seen in ViewFinder too, correct?
ViewFinder will provide some basic information as far as where the buses are, who's on the bus, student ridership information on the bus, on-time arrival, if it's late, those types of things. But one of the great things that we're adding to the WayFinder experience now is real-time traffic. So on the route, you'll get an overlay of, if there's delays in traffic, things like that, very much like Waze.
Now, plus, if people maybe you're still on Pro, there's probably still some people that are transitioning. And if you're on Plus, you get to take advantage of all the new updates, everything happening in the Transfinder ecosystem.
And it's real time. We are the only provider out there that's providing real-time information so that in Plus, if a route has to change, the router can change it. If the driver needs to change resources because maybe the bus didn't start, they can just take the tablet, they go to another bus, they drop it in the cradle, and it updates Plus, the routing solution, also updates StopFinder, the parent app, and then the driver's on their way.
Yeah, I know you guys do software, but you've added hardware, so you now have a tablet, a ruggedized tablet that can take the punches of the road and the kids and the driver. And, have you seen more adoption of that technology with the hardware?
A lot of districts are realizing that a basic tablet generally won't cut it, especially in extreme conditions. We've got our RAM mounts, we've got our card readers, we've got our ruggedized Samsung Tab Active 5s that we're recommending. The districts can buy that stuff themselves. They can buy it through us. Of course, we offer a bring your own device option where WayFinder just sits in the hardware provided by the school district, but many districts are taking advantage of all of the Transfinder hardware and the software bundled together.
Now let's talk about ridership a little bit. We're here at the Transporting Students with Disabilities Conference, and Medicaid reimbursement is definitely a component of transporting kids with disabilities and getting those reimbursements. You want to talk about how your customers are maybe leveraging your technology suite for that?
Well, the reporting aspects in our technology suite, specifically through Plus, but when you couple in WayFinder and you've got all of that student ridership information, you've got all the details that you need. And if you've got a contractor, you can track all the miles, make certain that you're reimbursing your contractors for the right miles. But from a Medicaid reimbursement, every student that can be reimbursed can be tracked.
Now, what does Transfinder see as the future of routing, tracking, AI, right? That's kind of the buzzword these days. What do you guys see down the road since you're a leader in this market?
Really, the sky's the limit. More and more technology is integrating together. Certainly we've been integrating with cameras for some time, GPS data, but it's really bundling it all together and making certain that the technology all speaks at the same time, real time. That's the critical component, so there's no delays. Because in a critical emergency, let's, hopefully not, but if a bus has an accident or something like that happens and the EMS team needs that information, they can have it all right there on the bus as they need it.
You want to share a little bit about what the attendee experience is going to be this evening on the ride along?
So on the ride along, they'll come up on the bus here, and Zach Morin, our sales and enablement manager, is going to walk them through this driving experience. They're going to start at Embassy Suites. We've got some stops set up where the bus will follow the route. Sometimes we'll go off path. And if we happen to go off path for whatever reason, WayFinder will get the driver back on path, and it will follow the rules that are set for that route and for those pickups. So if this stop requires a right-hand pickup and we've gone off route for some reason ahead of it, the bus, the routing solution will get the bus back to that location with a right-hand pickup. Not just to the location, but it will follow all the rules.
And so what happens, John, if I go to my bus yard in the morning and my bus isn't turning on? Maybe my driver doesn't show up. What do I do then in the software?
You can easily change resources. You can change driver name. You can change the bus number. As I mentioned earlier, you can also take the tablet from one bus to another bus. So maybe the driver got there and the bus has started and things look good, and then, oh, something's not right. Or maybe in my post check, which you can do, my pre and post inspection you can do in WayFinder, maybe something failed. Well, I'm going to take this tablet, I'm going to go to bus number 7, and now everything updates in the solution.
Yeah, it's exciting. I can't wait for the attendees to experience the ride along day. We're so glad you're here with us at the TSD conference.
Yeah, thank you, Tony.